The Super Eagles of Nigeria wrapping up their qualifying series with a 6-0 thumping of Sao Tome and Principe over 2 legs. That was the 16-goal haul, you want to call it, for the Super Eagles. Now, joining me to discuss the task ahead of the Super Eagles of Nigeria having sealed qualification is Aziz Oluyokun, who is a sports analyst and joins me this evening. Aziz, good evening. It's good to have you on the show.
Good evening, Captain. It's always a pleasure being on the show.
Okay, there's so much, Tom, but we have so much to talk about, really. But quickly, in about 30 seconds, having seen the match yesterday, what was your initial reaction to the performance of the Super Eagles?
Good evening once more. Good evening to our viewers. The Super Eagles' performance yesterday was commendable, even though we expected them to do what they did yesterday. The first leg actually ended 10-0 in favor of the Super Eagles in the away fixture. And coming home yesterday, we expected nothing less than 4 goals margin. It shows that the Super Eagles are actually on the right track. We all expected them to cruise through, the combinations of Victor Osimhen, the hottest striker in the world right now, in my own word, the combination of Osimhen and also of that Taiwo Awoniyi, it was super for us to see. So even though we know the caliber of the players we have, we know we can actually stand our own against the best in Africa. And yesterday's performance was a good one for us to see.
Hear from the Super Eagles midfielder talking about Wilfred Ndidi. When we get back, we'll definitely get your thoughts concerning the task ahead of the Super Eagles in terms of the Nations Cup. We know quite well that the goal is to win that. There's also a reported semi-final target for the coach, Jose Peseiro, and we know we still have the World Cup qualifiers ahead. But Wilfred Ndidi, Super Eagles midfielder, had something to say concerning the task ahead as well as the performance of the team.
Yeah, of course. At least when you win a game, you get more confidence for the next one, and you try to see some mistakes and where you can really adapt. To be honest, we did a good game, and it's actually something that can actually give us more confidence for the next one. And the next one is the next game for the World Cup qualifiers. Of course, 6-0 is a good confidence to go for the next one. Of course, everybody knows. When we didn't qualify for the World Cup, it was a sad moment for not just the players but the whole country. And I think this is just it was a mistake that we always feel that might not happen again. Like we know the feeling of not representing, and sitting at home watching the World Cup was really sad. So we know what we have to do now to actually give it all for the next one.
Well, you had the man there saying that they felt bad and they know what they have to do to get it right. Aziz, quickly, what does this Super Eagles team need to do right or need to do better going into the World Cup qualifiers beginning in November, as well as the big one, the African Cup of Nations, taking place in January?
Going forward, the Super Eagles, we have one of the best attacks in the world. From Gift Urban, who's just coming to the scene, to Boniface, to Taiwo Awoniyi. Our striking position is stacked up right now. We have one of the best, and our players are actually firing from all cylinders. But we need to work on our midfield, and trust me, the defense yesterday wasn't tested enough for us to give a review on that. But going forward, it would be a nice idea for the NFF to actually organize a great A-friendly for the Super Eagles, for us to know where we are. Because the truth is, the caliber of opponents we played yesterday cannot actually give us the true picture of what is being needed from the team. But going forward, I think our midfield is very, we don't have an adequate midfield. We need that player that can unlock defense. Yesterday, forget the fact that we won 5-0. It is so evident that we missed the service of Iwobi. You know how he will be dazzled in the midfield, how he locks up the opposition defense. So I think going forward, we need to work on our midfield. We need to get the right combinations of players that can complement the attack of the Super Eagles. Because trust me, in the world football right now, the attack of the Super Eagles is one of the best. I mean, one of the best in the world football right now.
Yeah, you touched on the issue of the midfield. It seems you're in tandem with sports journalist Fisayo Dairo, who also mentioned the same thing when speaking exclusively to New Central. I would get your thoughts concerning the caliber of player we should have in that midfield. Let's hear from Victor Osimhen, who spoke to us earlier concerning the balance of the Super Eagles in terms of team structure.
It's problems that we keep having strikers cropping up. That's not where we need players. Okay, on a good day, the way it is in African football, we should be playing a 4-2-3-1 or a 4-3-3. But now we have like 5 strikers. We've not mentioned Sadiq Umar. Kelechi Iheanacho plays as a striker at his club. So we need midfielders and we need good centre backs.
Aziz, you heard him there quickly. We need midfielders. We need good centre backs. Do you think on the balance of play, from what we've seen from Super Eagles, these are the areas that are, challenging in terms of getting the quality of the players we need to fill those roles to become a very super team?
Most definitely. Just like I said earlier, the defense doesn't have enough pressure for us to actually to assess their position. You can see yesterday we actually used a different pairing in the defense. Sami Ajayi actually partner this new guy from the one that just brought from Ajax. We need strong, and for us to get this right, we need good A-friendlies. Before the World Cup qualifiers. We need to test the strength and the weaknesses of our players, especially in the midfield and the defense. We both know how important the midfield is to every football team. So we need to get it right from the midfield, and this is where the coach needs to look inward. Extend. I'm sure he knows that he knows where the team needs to be strengthened. Extend invitation to people, to players that can actually give balance to the Super Eagles. Trust me. We have the best attack in the world right now, but we need the right combinations of midfielders and defenders, to complement the attack that we are parading presently.
Yeah, we'll see how that pans out. We know quite well the name of the game is simple: just outscore your opponents and you win a football match. So just maybe our attacking talents will definitely see us through in terms of the World Cup qualifiers as well as the AFCON in terms of laying our hands on the trophy. Thank you so much, Aziz Oluyokun, for your time on show this evening.
Always my pleasure, Samson. Always my pleasure.